Daniel 7 and verse number 1. I'll be asking a lot of questions too to the brothers.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 1. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters.
So, it says it's the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon. Who was Belshazzar in relation to Babylon? Anybody know who was Belshazzar?
He's the grandson of Nebuchadnezzar.
Correct. Grandson of Nebuchadnezzar. That was Belshazzar. And it says, okay, let's go into this. It says, Daniel had visions and dreams upon him, right? All right, let's dreams real quick. Let me divert to dreams real quick. Because a lot of us think we be dreaming and we be seeing things. You're not Daniel. You're not Daniel. Go to Sirach. Go to Sirach 34. We're going to start at verse 1 through 3. You got to be careful with these dreams. So Daniel had the gift of dreams. All right, let's go back to Daniel 7 and where we left off at.
We read the whole verse 1.
All right, so now we go into verse 2.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 2. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea, and four great beasts.
Who was it? What's the great sea? The four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea. What's the great sea? Anybody?
Gary, Mediterranean.
There you go. Right. The Mediterranean Sea. That's the great sea. All right, so read on from that.
Verse 3. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another.
Okay, now go back to, you said four what? Go back to the four winds, right? You said, right? So read that part.
Daniel chapter 7 verse 2. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven.
The four winds of the heaven. Who knows what the four winds of the heaven is? Brothers, what is the four winds of the heaven? Last, but Yakuba, since you said he was wrong.
Okay, what about Revelation 7, 144?
What is that? Four winds means Revelation 7, 1. No, that's not it.
Is that the four kingdoms?
Yeah, that's close enough, yeah. That's the four major empires. That's the four major empires. All right? That's what those four winds are. All right? So we go into, keep reading. I'm going to try to get through. Keep reading. The four major empires. Remember the video I showed you in the beginning. Remember the video I showed you in the beginning. So keep reading. You're in 7 and
the end of 2.
End of 2, all right?
The four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings.
All right. What's the first beast? Which? I said former empire. Which empire was the first beast? Let me get Mordecai. Then Daniel will be next.
First one's Babylon. The first
Correct.
Babylon.
Correct. The Babylonian Empire. All right, read on.
I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear.
Why does it say to the four wings were plucked? Why does it say that? We're going to go through the step by step. Why does it say he beheld till the four wings were plucked? What does that mean? The young man in the back, Brother Yakuba's son. Why does it say till the four wings were plucked?
Does it mean all the empires ruling?
Nope. One more brother, and I'll give you the answer quick. Brother Judah, what does it mean when it says the four wings were plucked? This is Daniel's vision. It has to do with everything up with us today. That's some of the things.
That they were conquered. They were all found.
Correct, correct. That's what it means. When the four wings were plucked, that means Babylon was conquered. All right, keep reading.
Verse 5. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear.
Who was the second empire? Right here, right here, right here. You right here. With the alligator arm. Who was the second major empire? These are the ones ruling the world, right? All right.
Shalom leadership. Medio-Persian.
Correct. Correct. Media-Persian or Persian Mede Empire is the second empire. They're the bear. All right, keep reading.
And it raised up itself on one side.
All right. Brother, what is that? What does that mean? Right here to the left. It said the bear raised up to one side. What does that mean? That's correct. I wanted to
Conquered the other.
Who?
The Persians conquered the Medes.
Good. The Persian conquered the Mede. All right, that's what that means. All right, so we're going to keep reading.
And it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it.
It had 3 ribs. This bear, whose leg went up to one side, the Persians conquered the Medes, it had 3 ribs in his mouth. What does that mean? Any officers or soldiers can answer this question. He had 3 ribs in his mouth. So did a giraffe.
The 3 ribs is going to Isaiah 45:14, which is Egypt, Ethiopia, and Sabia.
Good, correct. Let's read it. Let's prove it. Let's read it. Isaiah 45.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 14. Thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt, the merchandise of Ethiopia, and of the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee.
Men of stature, what does that mean? They was tall. Sabians were tall. Keep reading.
And they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely God is in thee, and there is none else. There is no God.
All right, so during Daniel's time, the Persians conquered all 3 of those kingdoms. The Persians conquered the Ethiopians, the Egyptians, and the Sabians. All right, we're going to keep reading. Let's go to, keep reading on down. Keep reading on down.
It had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, which had upon the back of it 4 wings.
Okay, what is the third empire? The brother right here with the glasses right behind you. Glad you brothers are raising your hands too.
Shalom leadership. It's the Grecian Empire.
The Grecian, who was that?
Alexander the Great.
Or who was he? George Bush, brother. George Bush. That's the Edomites. All right? All right, so read that part again. So yeah, Greece was the third ruling empire. Because who? Babylonians, what kind of people? Color-wise? Dark skin, right? Persian Medes was what color people? Dark skin, right? So, Alexander, what time period is this? It's called, what time period was this called?
Hellenistic? Like us being Hellenized?
No. This is the Renaissance era. You ever heard that?
Yes.
You see, and look what they're still doing today. Esau, the Renaissance era, when Esau was celebrating the rebirth of Esau, coming back into power. And today, what they still doing? You said the bronze. It ain't the bronze. Renaissance era. Renaissance means the rebirth. What do you say?
I thought that started in 1400.
Yeah, but you said the Bronze era. I was just talking about your answer. Renaissance era. That's when Alexander came into power, during the Renaissance era. And this is what they doing in Orlando. So you think Esau don't love his history? You probably got some simple jakes out there celebrating with them. All right, so we're going to keep reading.
Daniel chapter 7 verse
I should
6.
be writing this stuff down.
After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl.
On some of them, some history, you can see Alexander, when he went to war, he had a leopard skin hat. So it said 4 wings like a fowl, right? What does the 4 wings mean? What do the 4 wings mean?
Shalom leadership. That would be the 4 generals.
Correct. Who were the 4 generals?
Cassander, Lysimachus, Ptolemy, and Seleucus.
Say it again for the brothers. No, I ain't done with you. Say it again for the brothers. It's good. Everything's so good so far.
Seleucus, Lysimachus, Cassander, and Ptolemy.
Okay, why is it saying 4 wings?
Because they were rulers.
They were rulers, that's correct. Why is it using the term wings? There's a specific reason why it's using the term wings.
Because they're part of the same.
Nope.
No.
Because they had range.
Good. Gotta have wings. What you do with wings? You can spread far, real far. Cover real vast lands. That's what they're using the term wings for. Those 4 generals covered. Well, they took over the world. They took over the world. Those 4 generals. He had more than 4, but those were the 4 major ones. All right. Okay, yeah. So that's the Greek Empire. Now I got a question. Question for you. Question for all you brothers. Because of this time period. Now this is it could be a Christianity or Old Testament Israelite. The fact that this is going on proves that Christ was not a black man. 100%. What did we flee to when we in persecution? What did we flee to? We fled to Egypt, right? Okay, so what about Christ? He fled to the same place. Where's that at? Don't go to it. Where's that at? Who knows where that's at real quick? No, where it states where Christ fled. Go to Luke. Go to Luke 21. Luke 21. Because this history right here proves that you Israelites don't know what you're talking about when it comes to the color of Christ. Because y'all just stated everything about
The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
Okay, that's us fleeing to the mountains of Egypt, right? And then and when Christ fled, it was in, we said Matthew, right? Okay, so your Bible right here, and this history, this Greek history is in where? Is in what book of your Bible? The Maccabees, right? Okay, so you're telling me that Christ fled to Egypt when, the white man is here. The white man is in control, running everything. So how can your Christ be black if he's fleeing to a white man's country? My brother over there. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, leadership. I'm Brother Hannibal Barker.
Yes, sir.
And the reason why he went further into Africa, to the mountains, was because that's where the people who look like himself dwelled.
Okay, well I'm reading your Bible in Maccabees, and it says Alexander the Great, who was a white man, conquered all of that, had his generals set up all over there. It's a white man's country now, so how can you tell me that Christ fled over there when the Egyptians way been done? They conquered all that.
Okay, the rulership they had rulership, but not of the people. They had rulership of the pharaohs and the higher upper, but not the common people or the lower people.
Okay, good. Y'all see that? Y'all understand that? Now my question is, all right, prove it. Prove that. Prove, basically what I'm explaining, he said it right. Basically what he's saying is, they conquered the land, right? That doesn't mean that the blacks that were in their land were pushed out of there. That just means what? They were under their rulership, right? Okay, so now prove that. Prove that theory with the Bible. You can't answer it. Prove that thing with the Bible. But that's what the Old Testament Israelites were trying to say. Christ ain't black because Alexander was ruling that land. Nah. The Egyptians were still there. They were just under the white man's control. So let's prove that. How do you easily prove that with the Bible? Anybody? Soldier Jarrah. No, let me this brother right here. Brother right here. Give me a brother. Right here. It's going to be an explanation. It's in the Bible, but it's going to be how you got to explain. You got to just basically explain it.
It would be 2 Maccabees 6.
What does that say?
It says, neither was it lawful for any man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts or to profess himself to be a Jew.
Okay, so now explain that.
Basically,
Remember, you're giving an example of,
right.
all right?
Basically, it was Jews dwelling in Greece at that time, and they weren't allowed to profess themselves to be a Jew. They couldn't keep their own Sabbaths. They couldn't keep their own laws and commandments. So there were black people dwelling in that land at that time.
Good, exactly. That's how you prove that. During Christ's time, what was going on? What was going on during Christ's time? Joel.
Rome.
We were still in Jerusalem, right? Blacks there, right?
We still there.
So that's how you prove that okay, it may be taken over by another nation, but the original nation is still in there. Because the Old Testament Israel would try to pull something like that and say that Christ wasn't white because Christ wasn't black because the Egyptians were no longer in control. Yeah, that's true, but they were still there. Just like what else? What one can you use today? Easily prove today. Just like us. Just like us. This land. Who owned this land? Gad and Reuben, right? They still here, right? But now they control. All right, so let's move on. Give me go to where we at? No, we're on the third. No, we're on the third. Yeah, let's go. Keep reading. Keep reading.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Okay, so it said a fourth beast. What is this fourth beast? No, what's the beast? What was the Shem? It said it gave a fourth beast. What kind of beast was it? The other beast was what? It was the bear, the leopard.
I say America.
That's America. Okay, what beast was it?
The eagle.
The eagle.
Correct, good. The eagle. So how do you prove that? How do you prove that? How do you prove that? Matthew, right? Uri. Brother Uri. How do you prove that? How do you prove this fourth beast is an eagle?
2nd Ezra chapter 12 verse 11.
There you go. Good. Good. Let's read it. Let's read it.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, verse 11. The eagle whom thou sawest come up from the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel.
All right. So the eagle was the vision that was seen by. No, actually Daniel didn't see this, but that was what Daniel was talking about. So what is Ezra doing here? Ezra is doing what? Ezra is basically picking up what Daniel left off at. All right? That's what 2nd Ezra is talking about. All right, so let's read on. And okay, now Rome is, America is what of Rome? What? I think I heard somebody say. Extension of Rome, right? America is just an extension of Rome. All right, so we're gonna read. We're gonna keep reading. 2nd Esdras 12 and 11.
2nd Esdras chapter 12 verse 11. The eagle whom thou sawest come up from the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. But it was not expounded unto him. Therefore now I declare it unto thee. Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it.
What is this talking about? My brother right here in the front. What is this talking about right here? That last part, what is it talking about?
It's talking about when America comes, it's going to be ahead of everybody. It's going to be like the ruler of everybody.
Correct, correct. This is going into America. The symbol of America, what? Is the eagle, right? All right, so this is going into America. Keep reading.
Verse 14. In the same shall 12 kings reign, one after another, whereof the second shall begin to reign, and shall have more time than any of the 12.
All right, go to, now remember that, go to 2nd Esdras chapter 11. And we're going to read on down, 11 and 1.
2nd Esdras chapter 11 verse 1. Then saw I a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle, which had 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. And I saw, and behold, she spread her wings over all the earth, and all the winds of the air blew on her, and were gathered together.
Read that part again.
And all the winds
Read that part, start from the 12 feathers.
Verse 1. Then saw I a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle, which had 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. And I saw, and behold, she spread her wings over all the earth.
So it said 12 feathered wings. America is an extension of Rome. That's the hint to the question. What's the 12 feathers? America is an extension of Rome. What are the 12 feathers? Give me a soldier, Micah.
It goes into the 12 Caesars.
Correct. See, I write that down, brothers. The 12 ancient Caesars, that's who the 12 feathers is talking about. All right? Now, is there any doubt that this is talking about America when we're reading right here? Keep reading. Keep reading. Might stop here in a second.
Verse 3. And I beheld, and out of her feathers there grew other contrary feathers, and they became little feathers and small. But her heads were at rest. The head in the midst was greater than the other, yet rested it with the residue.
All right, stop. Good. Go to 2nd Esdras 11, verse 39.
2nd Esdras chapter 11 verse 39. Are not thou it that remainest of the 4 beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? And the 4th came and overcame all the beasts.
What does that mean? What does that part mean? Read that part for them again. Read that part again.
Verse 40. And the 4th came and overcame all the beasts that were past.
Keep reading.
And had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression.
So what does that mean? That's plain as day right there. Brother right there.
So they did it through oppression.
With much wicked oppression. That's how America is doing it and still doing it to this day. You got to see a movie, write this down. The End of Poverty. If you want to know the reason why the way things work works today, the way America is, have things set up with other countries and how they're most powerful, you gotta watch the End of Poverty. You'll see, it's on YouTube. There's YouTube, End of Poverty. You're gonna see how they're in the power and how they control everything. How I think it's over in Brazil or somewhere where you go to jail if you collect rainwater. Meanwhile, they got all the resources. But that movie right there is a good movie. The End of Poverty. All right, so where we left off at?
The end of verse 40.
All right, keep reading.
And over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression, and so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. For the
Go to Deuteronomy. What's the precept for that? I almost gave it away right there. He said with much wicked oppression. Who knows the precept? Oh, it was Hashem.
Deuteronomy 28:29.
Correct. Let's read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
You know why Moses is writing this? Who knows why Moses is writing this? In relationship to what we read in the Apocrypha. About the reason why Moses can write. Why was Moses able to write this? Soldier Ehud. Remember, we're putting everything together, what we're reading.
The Most High showed Moses in the beginning.
Exactly. Moses was shown the beginning and the end of times. That's how he was able to write in Deuteronomy 28 what's going on all the way written in Esdras. All right, so finish reading out 28, 29.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
Crushed and oppressed. All right, go back to 2nd Esdras.
2nd Esdras chapter 11, verse 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. For the earth hast thou not judged with truth. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars.
Who is the peaceable? Who is the peaceable in this scripture in relationship to America? Who is the peaceable? Raise your hand. Who is the peaceable? I heard the answer. In relationship to America, who is the peaceable? A brother right there.
The Israelites.
Which sect of Israelites? Correct. Gad. The tribe of Gad was the peaceable over here. Go why? Gad was living over here in peace. And they came over here with deceit and lies and took over the land. You got a question? Yeah, that's talking about Gad. Gad in that verse is the peaceable relationship to America. All right, keep reading.
Thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also had looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore...
All right, it says, the highest also had looked upon the proud times, behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. Now, with that opening video I showed, why am I putting that into relationship to this? With these kingdoms. We got the fourth kingdom. With the video I showed, why am I putting that in relationship to this? With this fourth kingdom.
Shalom, further Manathias. Saying that, hold on, let me get it right before I say it. It's like prophecy. It's showing that Esau gonna come and take rule of all the other nations that was here.
Nope, I gotta move on. I gotta go through. No, because America is the original terrorist. That's the real terrorists. What all we see on that video, America has done way more worse than that, than what we see on that video. They the original terrorists. If I can get through the class, it's still going to link in what I'm talking about from that original video, though. If I can get through the class, maybe that could be a part 2. But let's move on. Let's move. It's 5:07. Let's read. Let's read on. Read on.
2nd Ezra, chapter 11, verse 45. And therefore appear no more, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, for thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her.
All right, so this is going to come to an end. Go to Revelation 18:7. This is going to come to an end, saith the Most High. Go to Revelation 18:7 quick.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
Talking about Babylon. Y'all see that, right? This place is going to get judged and is going to get destroyed. But while they in power, America has, I'm going to pull a video up. America has all the power to destroy these nations. From the press of a button. They don't, all these brothers want to pick guns up and then they're going to fight against Esau. It's not happening. They don't even got to be in the same state as you to take you out. Press of one button. That was a drone that did that. A lot of things we see in these movies, these true things. True things. So all you brothers that are talking about you taking up arms, it's not going to happen. Only way to take this devil down is by the power of the Most High, keeping God's commandments. So let's move on to, you said you read 2nd Ezra 11:46?
Yeah.
All right, go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2:1.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
So Habakkuk is what right now? Read it again.
I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
What is Habakkuk? What is he? No, from this verse, what is he doing right now? He's a watchman. That's in what? Ezekiel, right? Habakkuk is a watchman. Keep reading.
And what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
What does that mean? So did Joseph.
Means to put it in a book.
Exactly. Write the vision, make it plain upon tables means make it plain and write it in the book. That's what he's saying. All right. Keep reading.
That he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Hey, he says, as though it tarry, wait for it. We got to patiently wait for this thing. What kind of race is it that we running? Spiritual race, but what type of race? Endurance race. Endurance race. That's what we in. In an endurance race, what you got to do? You got to fight. You got to fight against the congregational trials, your personal trials, different doctrine trials. Our goal is to endure in this fight. It's a marathon, not a sprint. A long marathon. Read that part again about go back at his soul.
Verse 4. behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
So what are people that says that Esau can be saved, not all of them is bad? What's the Bible saying? The Most High said the way he made this man, his soul ain't upright. So no matter how nice to him, how nice to you he might be, the Bible is saying his soul is not upright. Give me Psalms 58. I should have asked y'all for a question, but nah. Give me Psalms 58, verse 3.
The book of Psalm, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
What's the precept with that? What's the precept we use? We use it for ourselves. What's the precept?
Isaiah 30.
No, that's not it. Read it. Read it.
Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
The Most High knew what he was making with Esau. He made him for what it says, a vessel fit for destruction. The Most High knew what he was doing, and we can't change that. Therefore, we need to separate from these people in terms of their ideas, their philosophies. We're gonna get to that. Most High knew exactly what he was making when he made these wicked people. Keep reading on to Habakkuk 2. We should be at verse. Get to verse 5.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
So what does that mean? What does that mean, he transgresseth by wine? What does that mean? Our brother right there, who just yelled the answer out anyway. Give it to him with the glasses.
Oh, man. Politics.
Good, correct. It's politics. By religion and politics. That's the main way he projects his lies. You can go to social media and all that, but those are the main two. Those are the main two. Let's go to Obadiah. Go to Obadiah. So we got this thing about Esau. And some people think that he has some kind of kindness in his heart, but he doesn't have it at all. A lot of people know Esau the devil. A lot of people know. I'm gonna play one more video after this one. A lot of people know that's in the world know Esau is the devil. There's a video that proves it. Go to Obadiah. I think it's verse number 5. Verse 5.
Obadiah, verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
So you look at a typical thief, right? A typical thief is just going to steal. After he get pretty much what he want, he going to take off and leave, right? Keep reading. Let's see how Esau is.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
So what's going into Esau? When he takes stuff, he takes everything. He takes the whole grape, the whole bundle, the land, everything. But at the end of that verse, what does it say? He gonna get his, what do you call him, comeuppance. He gonna get his payback. Is that not what they think? Like they own the world? Who's the world made for? What's the precept? Second Ezra is what?
650.
The world was made for our sakes. Go to Micah 2 and verse 1. Look at the nature of Esau.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
What does that woe mean? Destruction, right? Keep reading.
When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Did that not happen to us? Did they not take our whole entire heritage? That's not right, brother. That is right. But we ain't giving them, we ain't praising that. But that's what they did. That's what they did. The Bible proves it right there. Who these people are. Go to Habakkuk. Go to Habakkuk. This is going to line up with the beginning of the class. Habakkuk 2 and verse number 4.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his...
Pause. What does that mean? Neither keepeth at home. So, Jamaica, you can stand up and say it. You can just stand up and say it.
They got base in everybody's country.
Correct. Good. Keep reading.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
What does that mean, large desire as hell?
Yeah, everywhere Esau go, he caused destruction. He oppressed the people, and he changes everything. Just messes up everything.
Exactly. It ain't just the Israelites that Esau been called the hag before. It's the other nations too. They just conform and go under his rule. But yeah, when like the soldier Micah said, they got military bases everywhere, right? They're oppressing everybody everywhere.
Hey, you on Revelation 11, 18?
You can get that. You going to do it now? Don't have it on my notes. No, I don't have that. Get that.
Go to Revelation 11 and verse 18, because I'm going to expound on what the officer just said about wherever Esau goes, it leads to destruction. It leads to hell, right? Y'all know what hell is, right? Hell is what? Captivity, right?
That's what I wanted to get to.
That's why we have countries, other countries. I don't know if he showed the video, but millions of people leaving their country to go to another country because Esau has messed up their infrastructure somehow. All right, read that.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations.
And the what?
And the nations.
The nations, all the nations of the earth. Read.
Were angry.
Were what?
Were angry.
Were angry with the so-called white man, Esau, Babylon. Read.
And thy wrath is come. And the time of the dead.
Read.
That they should be judged.
That they should be judged. Like Officer brought out, this is the wickedest nation upon the face of the earth. And they have the nerve to say, we're going to intervene with this or not intervene with that. Like nobody's going to judge them. Read.
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets,
Read.
and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name,
Read.
small and great, and shouldest destroy them.
And God should destroy them. Read.
Which destroy the earth.
Which do what?
Which destroy the earth.
So it's letting you know who are the people that's leading to. That's why it says they enlarge as hell. Because this man, Esau, his nation, and his armies had destroyed the whole earth. Right?
Oh, brother, you in the spirit, brother. Because Habakkuk 1 and 2 and 6. That's right in the saying that this lines up perfectly with Habakkuk 2 and 6. We're going to keep reading.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
Did you not just read that in Revelation by the nations? Yes or no? Yes. Keep reading.
And a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee?
All right, pause. Shall they not rise up suddenly and shall bite thee? What's that talking about? What's that talking about? Give me Brother Daniel. A lot of hands going up today. Good. All praises.
War and for Brother Daniel, war and terrorism
Close. You close. You on it. You close. You on it. You on it. That is actually correct, but I want more. Soldier Micah. He's right now. Expand on what he said.
This is basically showing you that there's sleeper cell in the States.
Explain. What does that mean?
Terrorism, just like in Psalm 8, it's like the wicked is the Most High's sword. So the Most High always have, people to do his bidding. He's just waiting. They're just waiting to be turned on.
Exactly. Who's the sleeper cells?
Ishmael.
Ishmael.
My brother.
Ishmael. That's some of what we saw in that beginning video for the class. So yeah, go to Obadiah.
Obadiah chapter 1 verse 1.
Rise up and bite them.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
All right? These nations are going to rise up against America. And it ain't just America, it's America's allies too. It's going to be America's allies too. Whoever had the countries with the same color flag as America, countries that's all in cahoots with America, they're rising up against them too. That's why I was talking about the UK, because the UK has a major population of Muslims. And America be over here worried about us. Meanwhile, they got people saying outright that they hate them and trying to kill them, trying to blow them up, and they still worried about who? The Israelites. Still oppressing us. That's how you know Esau really, his mind really ain't there, because if I'm coming up to you saying I will kill you, blow myself up, have many attempts to do it, and you still worried about another man over here who's really, our people's really trying to integrate with them, but they shouldn't be doing it. Esau, God got this thing set up. It's a fixed fight. It's a fixed fight. Because there's no way if I'm trying to fight you, and you telling me you want to, I'm still looking over here at him, and he's not trying. He's trying to be on my side, but I'm looking at you. But I'm not looking at you. That's what's going on with America.
Hey, you know why though? You know why? I don't know if you even went there yet.
Bring it up.
Go to Romans 12 and 17. I mean Revelation 12 and 17. The reason why he's still looking at us, because what does the scripture say about Esau? He what? He's wiser than who? Than Daniel. He understands who's his first threat. We are. As much as Ishmael can do it, like he said, they'll tell you. They done it already, and he still ain't worried about them. Because he understands that this is not a carnal fight. But the good thing about Ishmael can't come spiritually. Who's the only people that can affect his nation on a spiritual level? Israel. So that's why he worried about us. Read that, Revelation 12 and 17.
Revelation chapter 12 verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
All right, who's the woman? According to what scripture? Just say it out loud. Jeremiah 6 and 2. With a woman. Read.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
And went to do what?
Make war with the remnant of her seed.
Right. He understands he's at war with us at all times. Read.
Which keep the commandments of God.
Which do what?
Keep the commandments of God.
Read.
And have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
Right. So exactly what I'm saying. The other nations, they have outwardly showed that they have disdain for America at times. And he's still worrying about, how can I keep the so-called black man listening to rap music? How can I keep them in the projects? How can I keep them on minimum wage jobs? So on and so forth. Because we control the outcome of the whole world. All right?
Good. That's going to lead on that. That's going to lead me to the next precept. Go to Revelation 18. Hold up a second. Hold up. Let me see. No, go to Jeremiah. Go to Jeremiah first before we go there. Go to Jeremiah 5. No, Jeremiah 51, 13 through 14.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 13. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee.
All right. Yes, the problem what's going on is that if you know the nature of caterpillar, they eat from within.
There you go, bro. That's the answer. Caterpillars, when they get in the tree, they eat that thing from inside out. Hey, so like you were saying with the sleeper cells, they already here. They Apu's and all that in the gas stations, they already here. Like the caterpillars ready to take this place out from inside out.
You got to expound upon that loud boom, man. That loud shout.
You want to expound upon the loud shout? Yeah, no. Don't do it. I got some more scriptures to try to get through. No. The loud shout. Explain it to him. Keep reading that. Keep reading that for the loud shout.
Surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee.
Okay. Soldier Elijah, what does that mean?
Like that war chant they do before they blow themselves up. I like bar, whatever they say. Also, like how I said, you fill it with caterpillars, like how.
That's right. Good.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature.
Doing what?
Remembering their nature.
The remembering their nature is them remembering as being the wild man. That's how they're going to give that shout, where they'll strap bombs to themselves, say Allahu Akbar. So that's that shout, remembering their nature as being a wild man.
And they are doing it. Now, how do we, in relation with the precept of Officer Osipol, how do we not get caught up in this mess?
Like Soldier Kiva said, we got to keep the commandment, but the scripture you probably want is Revelation 18:4.
There you go, bro. Let's go read it. Revelation 18:4.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
So we got to come out of what? All the philosophies, the doctrines, the birthdays, the Christmases, the pants, the everything, the idolatry, the covetousness that we have for the things that they have in this country. We got to come out of all those philosophies that America has. Keep reading to verse 5.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Do you hear that? You know how high heaven is? They got so much sin they're reaching from the ground all the way up to heaven. That's a lot. That's a lot of sins. Keep reading.
And God hath remembered her iniquities.
And God don't forget. God does not forget. That's it on that?
That was it on verse 5.
All right. So if we do that, go to Isaiah. When we do that, we get in the kingdom, right? We get in the kingdom, right? And the kingdom's coming from where? All right, so how's that kingdom going to get built up? How's that kingdom going to get built up? I need a scripture. My brother over here. My brother, you 4 for 4. You 4 for 4 in a day.
All right, I like this one. I like Ezra 60:10.
Let's read it.
Build up our walls.
Let's read it. There you go.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
There you go. That's the priest. You said Ezra, but I know you was talking about Isaiah. Read.
And their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? Read the last part, the last verse.
That men may...
One before that.
Verse 11?
Yeah.
Verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night.
What does that mean in relation to that verse? What does that mean? So to Michelle.
The work don't stop. They're gonna keep on working.
Day and night, right?
Right.
Day and night, they're going to be working, building up our kingdom. So for all our days, we got to get up early, go to work, sleep, tired, overtime, coming to the Sabbath, night before working. They're going to be working for us 24/7. Go to 2nd Chronicles. No, go to 2nd Ezra 16. 36 through 40. They build our kingdom up.
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 36. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack.
Plagues is coming. The plagues is coming. Keep reading.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
What does that mean? Read it again. Read it again.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
What does that mean? I'm going to give one more because I'm going to wrap it up prayer really pretty soon.
All right, when a woman giving birth, you have intense pain, and so that it's transferred to we're going to have a lot of like killing.
That's not it. That's not it. Give me some of the Eliab. Read it again. Read it again with the plagues part. Read it all together.
Verse 38. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours.
Read it about go from the plagues part. It's a little bit before that.
Okay, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. As when a woman with child,
I just heard the whistle,
in the 9th month bringeth forth her son.
I'm going to explain it quick. Okay, woman with child. When a woman has a child, don't sometimes the pain gets great, then it goes away for a little bit, then it comes back, then it seems like, okay, she's calm for a second, then it's coming back. That's how it is. That's how it's going to be. Then it's going to be going crazy for a while, then it's going to calm down. Same thing with this cool, it's going to calm, it's going to go right back up again, going crazy. That's what he's talking about with a woman in travail. Because when they give birth, it's up and down. It's up and down. To that final point when it's just, okay, she just yelling and the baby's coming out. That's why he's relating it like that. Okay, go to, keep reading on that. Keep reading on that.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle.
Read it again.
O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle.
Read it again.
O my people.
He's talking to us, Israelites. Keep reading.
Hear my word.
Hear the word. Read.
Make you ready to the battle.
We got to be ready for the battle. We got to be ready. That's what he's saying. All this tribulation and all this stuff and all this craziness going on. Telling Israelites, better be ready for the battle. How do we get ready? Go to Ephesians 6, 11 through 13. How do we get ready? This is the only way to get through this fight. It's a spiritual fight.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
So we got to put on the whole armor. Remember, keep all the commandments that we can keep. Because it's a spiritual, not a physical fight. It's a spiritual fight. Who going to fight for us? The Most High, right? Go to 2nd Chronicles. Just about done. 2nd Chronicles chapter 20, 15 through 17. Fight for us. They're going to build our nation up when we do win. Hold that and go to Psalms 144 and 12 real quick. And you sisters, what y'all going to be doing? Y'all going to be watching the battle, right? But let's see how y'all going to be built for this battle. In these times. Go to Psalm 144 and verse 12. This for you sisters.
The book of Psalms, chapter 144 and verse 12. That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth.
Young men going to be growing up like plants in their youth. We're going to be good, strong, looking like good, strong men. Read.
that our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace.
So your women are going to be built like a palace. Beautiful women. Not that you are now, but even that day, you're going to be built the way the Most High wants you to be. They ain't going to be what you see on these TV screens with these white women with the makeup and the body types that they want to have. You're going to be built like a palace, says the Most High, in that day. Go back to 2 Chronicles 20 and finish where you finished off at. 15,
chapter 20, verse 15.
20, 15 through 17.
2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 15. And he said, Hearken ye, all Judah, and all ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat. Thus saith the Lord unto you, Be not afraid, nor dismayed, by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God's.
Most High gonna win this war for us, people. Most High got us back as long as we put that whole armor on and keep His commandments. All right. So that's the conclusion of the class.
I'm gonna add something to you. Going into that battle, I know you've been going over the missiles. I'm pretty sure. Huh?
No, I ain't get there.
Oh, you ain't go to the missiles.
I ain't get there.
All right.
I ain't get there.
Well, this is a good one anyway. Go to Psalms 91. All right, because well, you just went over it with the birth pains. All right, when those birth pains come, it's just like y'all. They probably went with the body, but who remember that summer where every week a different Israelite was getting killed and it was protests, and Bishop was going over the class, and every week it was a different. It was Sandra Bland one week, then it was Michael Scott one week, then it was Freddie Gray one week, and it was like, dang, hey, the kingdom might be coming. Then what happened? Then it got quiet for a little bit. Then it picked back up. People started getting killed again. Now we're seeing what's going on overseas, or in South America, so on and so forth. So it's picking back up again. Then it'll slow down again. All right? But the key to all this, go to Psalm 91, start at verse 1.
The book of Psalm, chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right. When you're seeing these things happen, it should make you go to the scriptures. It should make you, let me go see this class. Let me go watch this class again on Signs and Times, or whatever it is. That's what wise men and wise women do. When you're seeing brothers lead left and right, let me go examine the scriptures. All right, read.
I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust.
In Him will I trust. Read.
Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
Right, the snare of the fowler. That's going into, like Officer brought out in the video with the brother that had the drone come drop on a specific car, and it's only going to do so much damage that it won't affect him standing right next to the car. You have to have a spiritual power surrounded around you to withstand stuff like that, because that's what's coming. That's what America has proven to have in their arsenal. Read.
And from the noisome pestilence, He shall cover thee with His hands.
Right, it says, and from the noisome pestilence. That's going into the different sicknesses that's coming upon the earth. How are you going to avoid those? How do you brothers avoid the STDs? By applying Hebrews 13 and 4, right? That's simple. How did the noisome pestilence is STDs, syphilis, chlamydia, herpes, so on and so forth. By putting on what? The whole armor of God. Not a condom. Alright? The whole armor of God. Some of y'all think that condom gonna save you. Keep reading.
And under His wings shalt thou trust.
Right.
His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler.
You see that? This truth is going to be your shield and buckler. That's what's going to protect you. Read.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
Right. You don't be worried about that stuff. That's like the other day, I was watching a YouTube video, and then, before the video comes on, it has previews of something else. And it was talking about the aliens. And that stuff I used to be into that alien stuff. That stuff, it sounds real. And when you listen to it, it gets you paranoid real fast. You're like, dang, okay. You got the Nephilim, you got this type of alien, you got the alien grays fighting against this war, and then look, they got underground military bases, and they say there's wars going on down there, and that's why you can't go to Roswell, and all this different stuff. And when you're worrying about that, what is your mind not thinking about? The commandments. That stuff, all that stuff, it gets your mind off your focus, which is the commandments. That's how I know that stuff, it ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. When you stay in the Bible, don't talk about none of that nonsense. Y'all understand that? That's part of the secret plots. That's to get your mind off what it says to stay on. And when you're thinking about that stuff, you're not at peace. You're never at peace when you always, martial law gonna happen. This gonna happen. You're not at peace. Keep reading though.
Verse 6, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Right, you're not worried about nothing. You are at perfect peace when you keeping the commandments. I don't know about y'all, but after you fast and your mind is on the right thing, you don't read, you wake up in the morning, you good, you don't worry about nothing at all. Because you truly know if something was to happen to you, you good. You know that. Read.
1,000 shall fall at thy side.
Now this is how I know it's talking about the missiles that are coming. What other form of weaponry is going to have 1,000 fall at your left side? Read.
And 10,000 at thy right hand.
And 10,000 at that right hand. What can lead to that type of destruction? Can a Uzi do that? So we went to the gun range. Brothers thought they was tough. We had the gun range. So you can make 10,000 fall at your right hand with your 22? No. That's gonna take a nuclear missile that the Most High God prophesied about. Did y'all go to the Smith yet?
No.
Let's go there. Go to the Smith. I'm gonna show you. The Most High God set that thing up. It's all in design. It's all in design. It's Isaiah 54 and 16, I think.
Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith.
I have what?
Created the smith.
I have created the smith. Read.
That bloweth the coals in the fire.
That bloweth the coals in the fire. The Most High God has created these individuals with these minds and with the technology to create these type of weapons that 1,000 will fall on your left hand and 10,000 on your right hand. And it's not by chance. It ain't praise the white man. No, the Most High God gave them that knowledge. Y'all understand that? Read it again.
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
An instrument for whose work?
His work.
Not because the white man wanted it to happen, but because God wants it to happen. Because how many of our own people got to go?
2/3.
2/3. The Most High say, man, I don't want to waste too much time killing you. I'll let the white man do it. The white man, he's the master of hunting our souls. So he said, you know what? I'm going to give him the technology to take out 2/3 of them at one time. Go to Jeremiah 50 and verse 25. Jeremiah 50 and 25.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25.
Read.
The Lord hath opened his armory.
The Lord have what?
Opened his armory.
The Lord have opened his armory with all the different weapons that he can come up with. He has an armory of weapons. Read.
And hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
You see that? The weapons of his indignation that he's going to use to destroy America and the people that don't repent. Read.
For this is the work of the Lord.
This is the what?
The work of the Lord.
This is the work of the Lord. So where's this God that everybody is portraying in the Christian church? He said he have weapons of his indignation. What's indignation? Indignation is hatred. He has some problems that he got to take care of. Y'all understand that?
Sir.
Go back to Psalms 91.
The book of Psalms, chapter 91, and verse 7. 8,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand.
Read.
But it shall not come nigh thee.
But it shall what?
Not come nigh thee.
You see that? That's why we have perfect peace. Because you read the scriptures and you believe the scripture. That's why you got to have faith. Read.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Read.
Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation.
Read.
There shall no evil befall thee.
There shall what?
No evil befall thee.
Read.
Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. So y'all see that? Sir. All praise. That was an excellent class, boss of Mike. Get the brother a round of applause. All praise.
It's so hard to serve God. And why when I say that I'm a Jew, it sound odd. For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sound wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. I.U.I.C. plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. I.U.I.C. needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates on all our YouTube channels. Shalom.